The Magic Mile New Hampshire Motor Speedway kicks off a great night of racing live on FTN, and the IORA Cup Series Quantum Quest is coming to a close in 3 weeks' time if we include this one. And right now, the driver of the 39 machine is our focus, as we have one driver at the top of the board, and it is who else besides Aiden Walker. And the Conrail number 93 machine is on rails tonight as we get things going around 22 from New Hampshire. I'm your host for tonight's broadcast, David Kreutz. I hope you enjoy tonight's presentation as we get the gears in motion for a great show. Road to Pro coming at you at 9 Eastern in the Highline Racing League at 9:30. But we first, of course, start with IORA. Now 22 weeks into our championship battle, and one driver stood above the rest, James Thurston. But tonight he has a substitute driver, and that will mean that the Thurston machine, it's still on the track, but not with the same driver as usual. The 96 enters the point standings about 41 points up on the second position driver, who I believe is going to be Aiden Walker coming into this one. So as it is right now, Thurston, who had a major gain, now going to have to fight his way back up. Dalton D, thank you for stopping by. It will be a fun night indeed, and we hope that you enjoy the fun live on FTN. Always hoping to bring high quality sim racing action as 6 minutes and 42 remain as Aiden Walker now on pit road, and Chase Schaefer, after several weeks of substitute drivers, now going to be on the track on his own for the first time quite some time. We saw him at Martinsville having his first substitution there, but now he looks to be good to go from here on out in his own. And Schaefer, one of the fastest drivers in this league, second on the board as it is, and it looks like he's still going to be chasing down that top spot. It's going to be a 30.326, his fastest lap thus far, and a 30.29 going to be the fastest overall. We have a total of 14 drivers getting ready to do battle here in Loudon, New Hampshire. The Magic Mile, 1 mile in length, and it's going to be all about who can execute properly off the turns. If you take a quick look at Loudon, you can see very minimal banking, if any, and let's run over with Chase Schaefer to, how would we say, amplify the point. And Chase Schaefer actually going to back it down there. You can see James Thurston. Now it's Sean Conklin here, and they're going to get on to the exit of pit road, as I do believe we'll have one other driver joining, Cameron Paris, as we have 5 minutes remaining here in practice, and with drivers still showing up. Cameron Paris is going to be one of which James Thurston gets on the way with Conklin right in front of him. Both of these drivers having strong runs last night, Wednesday night. And you can see, going up way high, the banking is absolutely minimal. And River Page in the new improved number 24 with a much different look, making his way as well. The number 24 from McConey set up shop, setting himself up nicely. He's fourth on the board as it stands. And the 24 going to try to chase down the 54. Time is of the essence here, and it's going to be 5 minutes remaining on the board until things get on their way. And it looks like River Page, of course, one of those drivers to look out for. Vincent Guetsch going to be on the move in the 09 Monster machine, a much different look from what we're used to out of a driver, the number 09. It looks like a Kurt Busch throwback there, if it's a throwback at all. Monster Energy has used just about the same design for quite some time, and the Monster Designs machine second on the board. This Monster design is 7th, with James Bomar currently in 9th. James Thurston going to go into the pit wall, and now it's going to be up onto the fence, the catch fence outside of pit road. So it's going to be a troublesome period there as Greg Kalhoff back after a few weeks, and the number 39 machine there as James Bomar going to be 9th. Mason Moriarty going to be in position number 10. Let's take a lap on board with the number 6 machine here in practice. Time still quite large until we get to the race. And you can hear that the gears are shifting in the Mason Moriarty machine as we took about a half lap with him. He's 4th gear into the apex of the corner when he runs it all the way out. Well, you can see he's actually going to get it squirrely that time by. But Aiden Walker, the fastest driver on the circuit, is on the track now. And as we look at Aiden Walker, you can see 4th gear at about 6,000 revs a minute, and then gets it up to 7,300, and he's going to choose to shift it up. Nope, he's going to choose to go right into the tire barrier as James Thurston going to be on his way as well. River Page in the number 24. on the move, and you can see now he's going to go down to the apron as well as drivers are exhausting the time that they still have here in practice. It certainly seems like they don't need all too much practice anymore, as the number 9 machine of James Bomar looks like the 41 tonight, yet again looking like a much different number than what he has on the registry. Mason Moriarty on the move, Michael Deitch there as well, and Braxton Whitaker there in 12th. And now with 2 minutes remaining, we are still waiting to get qualifying underway in Loudon, the 22nd round of the season. And it's going to be all about who can execute in speed. Aiden Walker with 43 laps of practice. Chase Shaper with 51. River Page only has 13, but he's still one of the quickest drivers here, so it seems like adapting is the name of the game for the 24. As you can see, James Thurston, you gotta have a major incident behind the screen once again. But the McConey Setup Shop number 24 might be one of the drivers to watch this time by, coming down to the backstretch. And it's going to be River Page. How we get to work with a man who is in a green flag run. And that's going to be River Page simulating one. Qualifying not here yet. River Page, 2 minutes in practice. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty quick in practice right now. But normally that doesn't really seem like what's going to happen in the race. But this car just doesn't drive that good here. It's going to be kind of single lane. There's going to be a lot of complaining throughout the race. Probably pretty tough to pass, so I'm just going to hope I get track position early and hang on, finish ahead of Thurston, get some points, you know.
And the point standings are a big point of contention here as drivers using substitutions and whatnot. James Thurston, I believe, the only one for tonight. So with that being said, how are you going to optimize tonight as a chance to get the title?
Well, I just got to beat Thurston. This is the first time I've ever seen him not just be like incredibly fast with the next gen somewhere, so I'll try and take advantage of that. But the top 5 is pretty contended, so I think we're gonna have a good race. And the top 5 happens to be the top 5 in points, I'm pretty sure, or roughly. So everyone's gonna be dogging for points, and it's gonna be a fun race.
And we are hoping for a fun race indeed. I believe 100 laps, and we will have limited tires here. So what's it going to take when it comes to managing that limitation?
It'll thin out the field of the people who use their tires correctly. I haven't really gotten in a long run. I just got into practice, so I'm not really sure how tire wear is going to be play into this, but definitely going to want to keep a set for the end of the race with the inevitable green-white checkers that come with this Thursday league. So definitely want to keep a set and just strategically use them and try and get track position, like I've been saying. I think it's going to be important.
And it's all about the strategy here in Loudon. It's going to be about 15 seconds before qualifying gets underway. Any final thoughts?
Just thanks to McConey Setup Shop, and thanks to you to streaming this and the guys for putting on this league, and that's it.
And there we have it, River Page getting ready to go here in New Hampshire. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And it's going to be the number 24 machine on his way as the back straightaway. He's going to round it. And Aiden Walker, he's going to be the top man here on the charts in Loudon, New Hampshire. Let's get it going for New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Qualifying going to be on its way. And it looks like the first driver that's going to be on their way is going to be the driver of the number 6 machine, Mason Moriarty, going to be out with Chase Shafer. Shafer gets a much better jump there, but it's going to be all about taking your time with 5 minutes. That might not seem like a lot. It's enough for about 10 full laps here, so don't waste your time, but at the same time, don't rush yourself. Your pace is crucial to how the night goes, and you can determine everything on your own set because single car qualifying, every driver gets the same iteration of the track at once, minimizes the time we use, and in addition, it minimizes the the caution these drivers have to have because they won't have anyone run up on them in their qualifying lap. Green flag is out under qualifying conditions. 2 laps under the full pace. 110% these drivers are going to give as Chase Shafer rounds the backstretch. And Chase Shafer going down the backstretch here, you can see, gets it much higher than goes down to the apex, and he's actually going to be in that second groove. So the 99 machine going to get it right in between those right slits and then come down the Geico restart zone, and the 99 going to enter his second lap this time by, and it's going to be for his first lap, top of the board. He's the hot stepper, 30.53 for the man on the top of the board, and it looks like he's still got more pace from there. He's still a bit quicker that time by. Aiden Walker going to be a tenth of a second behind him, and Walker trying to himself in a great spot. Fastest in practice, has a lot of pace. It is evident. And now he's going to have to put it up in the race, 100 laps. So it's going to be a bit more of a challenge, as only 2 drivers are currently not in this one so far. And that's going to be Joseph Armstrong and Josh Williams. The remainder of the pack has taken a lap. And I do believe that Cameron Perez has indeed joined the session. So Perez is going to be on the way here in IORA Cup Series, as it's going to be Chase Schaefer top of the board by 49,000 still. Alex Anderson going to be able to go up into 3rd. James Thurston goes into 4th, and Vincent Guecci going to go into 5th, as Corey Lyles now going to be position number 8. Rounding the back straight with that time by Lyles makes his way into the Hooters number 56, and now Sean Conklin by 3/1000th of a second goes to the top of the board in his first lap, and Conklin driving with a passion. Last night, 3rd place at the stripe at Bristol in the FORL Cup Series, taken away due to an admin officiating call. A wall ride was determined for the man in that number 54 burnt rubber machine. Now he's looking to burn it down in up the northeast. Following a great race down south, he's up here, and he's going to be at the top of the board for only so long. River Page goes to the top of the seat, and it's going to be a hot seat for the man of the 30.357 is going to be what he's going to be able to take out of it. Page, top of the board in qualifying. James Thurston's replacement here going to be position number 6. Michael Deitch is in 11th, and James Bomar is position now number 13, but a lot of time for things to be settled in a River Page. Going to be top of the board indeed in qualifying. Then it's going to be, who else with the driver to the 99? Chase Schaefer there in 3rd, and then from there on out, it concludes the top 5 with Alex Anderson 5th, Aiden Walker going to be there in 4th, and how we get a word with the man who is going to be starting in, it looks like, none of the drivers outside of the Page machine and Aiden Walker are there. So as we have just a bit of time to get it going, we're going to try to get a word with Alex Anderson here as he rounds out the top 5 in qualifying so far. So the 67 qualifying top 5, a shaky night in the championship standings. Some guys taking substitutions, some guys managing their tires a bit more careful. What's it going to take for you to come home with a victory?
A miracle. That's how it is every week, Roy. So you should know what to expect. But I'm just I don't know. Feel like it's just gonna be the same thing every week until maybe we can get a win or maybe just survive. But I'm just gonna try and take it careful, play my cards wisely, and I'm just gonna hope for a decent race here tonight.
And hoping for a decent race indeed. Going to be about 100 laps here, and that's not going to be all too much time. You're going to have to bide your times. We have some tires limiting some strategy. So what's it going to take to make it happen? Are we going to go for long green flag runs in your strategy or pray for the yellows?
Gonna be completely honest with you. I have absolutely no idea. So honestly, I don't really care whether or not the race goes green or if we have opportunistic yellows. I just want to survive, make it to the end. But honestly, I would prefer some long green flag runs. You know, get some laps logged in there, and it can turn into IORA towards the end of the race.
And there we have it, looking to get it done early and wait for the chaos later. Alex Anderson, 5th on the board here in qualifying. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
And there we have it. Anderson going to be on his way, so let's get it going here. Going to get your starting grid up for tonight's event, as the grid already being set. And it's going to be, of course, the driver of that number 20. is underway here in New Hampshire. Let's get this thing going. First lap is out, and it's going to be River Page leading the way so far as we have the number 24 getting out after a great start in qualifying, out in front decisively so far here in Loudon. It's the number 24 machine of River Page. We got to sincerely apologize for that. We had a router go down, but we're going to be back on our way from here on out. 4 laps in, out of 100. River Page is on the move now, and it's going to be Aiden Walker right behind him. James Thurston in third. Now it's going to be Joe Armstrong in the wall immediately thereafter, and the number 20 machine for the Interstate Batteries camp going to get a bit charged up, and now going to have to let himself cool down, as it's going to be Chase Schaefer battling with Cameron Perez there in the 7th spot, and Chase Schaefer going to be able to get by on that exit, and Chase Schaefer now in 7th with Cameron Perez right behind him. Perez coming into this league just after he came into the FORL Cup Series, and it's going to be the same paint scheme here, so it looks like it's reloading nonetheless, and as that happens, Sean Conklin able to get himself up into 4th, and it's going to be then Vincent Guecci in that 5th spot for Monster Energy. Looking at the back of the pack here, it's going to be Josh Williams right there with Mason Moriarty, and it's going to be now Josh Williams going way high as the driver of the 6th machine holds on strong. James Bomar, though, going to be in 11th with a now chrome number 41 with a metallic flare. Bomar going to be in 11th spot right now, as it's going to be Greg Kalhoff in position number 10. Michael Deitch going to be in 9th in the 57, and Cameron Perez going to be in 8th as Chase Schaefer holds on strong in 7th. Joe Armstrong, though, going to be in 6th after falling back early due to that incident we saw just about 3 laps prior. Now he's going to be able to get himself into position, get rolling once again. Very minimal impact so far. With so much time waiting for these drivers to get it going, they'll be able to calculate their decisions and make it so later on. So as time goes on here, Joe Armstrong will be able to recover from his earlier mistakes, and looks like he's already doing so, holding on against Chase Schaefer, and they're not in a side-by-side battle, mind you, but it still seems like he has enough pace to hold on. Vincent Guecci coming up slowly but surely on Sean Conklin for 4th, and it seems like now everyone running about the same groove. No driver getting close to one another, and no caution is out as a result. It looks like every driver biding their time, making sure that every lap goes by smoothly. And if that is going to continue to be the case, it is going to be a smooth race from here on out. Corey Lau is going to be there now with Josh Williams as Williams falls back, and he's going to be a bit slower than the remainder of the pack. Alex Anderson, though, going to have a lot of trouble. We'll check on just what happened. And as we check back half a minute, we'll be right back, get one more intermission in to make sure everything is all good here. And as you can see, Alex Anderson in that number 67 machine going to be on screen here and now. And this is the incident at hand. He actually misses the spinning Josh Williams. And since this wreck was in the back of the pack, no yellow flag is out. Anderson, though, going to be in a lot of trouble as a result. And while Anderson's still going to be on the move, River Page there in 1st. He's already about half a second away from the number 93 machine in Aiden Walker. James Thurston is going to be in the 3rd spot with Sean Conklin in 4th. And rounding at your top 5, it's Vincent Guecci. So as it stands, your top 5 drivers separated by just about 2.5 seconds. Joe Armstrong going to be in 6th, and Chase Schaefer there in 7th as Cameron Perez holds on in position number 8. Falling back slowly but surely on this battle is now Schaefer going to do battle with those in front of him. Vincent Guecci going to get way squirrely. Is he going to be able to save it? No, he is not. And now the caution's out. First of the night for Vincent Guecci in the 09 machine. Let's take a quick look at just what happened. And an instant replay on the matter here for the 09 of Vincent Guecci. And down to the inside he went. Joseph Armstrong still not in frame by this point. We'll make it a bit closer to when the incident occurred for the driver of the 09. And a totally new look. And you can see it's going to be a totally new experience here at New Hampshire, getting turned around, and thankfully it appears that nobody was able to hit him, and that's going to be a very big saving grace as everyone gets by. First caution in this event comes 11 laps in. River Page is still your race leader, and the remainder of the pack continues to go on as Aiden Walker is in 2nd, and James Thurston, who has a sub in for tonight's event, is in the 3rd spot. And then it's going to be the driver of the number 54 there in 4th. So Thurston with his sub going to be able to get half points out of tonight's event. And then Joe Armstrong going to be there coming down to pit road due to that incident that he had beforehand. So pit road going to be Joe Armstrong, and it looks like only a few of the drivers. James Bomar, Mason Moriarty almost comes in. That he does not. But Corey Lyles and Josh Williams go in as well. So those afflicted in the incident come down a pit road, and they're going to be good to go from here on out. 12 laps in out of 100. River Page going to be settling the score so far. Your race leader all the way through, as it's going to be now Aiden Walker there, right there as well, James Thurston. And Cameron Perez on debut going to be in that 6th spot. Still a lot of time for him to make it up. He was fighting with Chase Schaefer there, and now these guys going to get a few more spots given to them due to the incident at hand just before. So Cameron Perez in the number 5 for proximity racing, in proximity of a top 5, so not bad at all for the man in that number 1 machine. And with a plan is Cameron Perez to get himself back in to contention here. Time of the essence, and we will see how long he's going to be able to hold on. Motor Speedway and wait. Go back on the road, and while we do, how we get an interview 12 laps in and see who's going to be available for just that. Chase Schaefer going to be there in 5th, and Cameron Perez right behind him. So let's get a word from one driver in and see if the drivers experience the event. Single file still, we still seem to have a bit of time. We'll get a word from the driver of the 00 and Josh Williams, who seems to be on the lead lap, but went down early and not going to take his faster pair. But Williams, it seems like stuff is still going for the driver of the number 00. How's it been inside the cockpit?
Hello.
And it appears we had an issue there. Josh Williams going to lose connection with him. Our apologies. We'll get him in just a moment. Although right now it does not appear that's going to be possible. 13 laps in out of 100. And Josh Williams still going to be on his way as we get a double file this time by, and it is going to be the leader still, River Page. So as we go at it, Page going to be top of the charts, then it's going to be Aiden Walker in 2nd, and rounding out your top 3, it's going to be James Thurston there in 3rd. Sean Conklin 4th, and Chase Schaefer going to be there in 5th. So 14 laps in, we'll be restarting at lap number 15. Go again. Drivers who dominated this season so far out in front. Great show put on by air. Put on is like a back straight with travel through. This time by the NASCAR drivers. Their thing is it's going to be the 9th. Very, very soon. Up with this. Drivers up on the front row. Putting it on. So let's get back at it again. This time by green flag for your first restart of the night. Every driver puts it in. It's now going to be Aiden Walker, your new race leader, going to be able to get a nice and smooth start. Put himself out in front. That's going to be what you want as a driver. Getting it up front early. Much more important than anything else in the driver of that number 93. Great jump and get himself out in front, but not without contention. River Page is still right in there. It is all over right now. Oh, I'll see you have their shot at it, so don't. Because River Page in the Magoni setup shot machine now sees that caution number 2 is out. It's going to involve Joe Armstrong and Vincent Guecci. Let's check on what just happened. And you can see by this point, 3 wide with a number 57, and Mason Moriarty was there as well. But it looks like Guecci involved once again with Joseph Armstrong here. So this could be payback of some sort, as we saw these drivers already have a bit of a conflict. And it's going to be Michael Deitch down to the inside line, and it looks like Guecci trying to advance position side by side off the backstretch, where then Mason gets into the wall, and then he puts it in once again and ends up tagging Joseph Armstrong. So it was accidental retaliation almost, as Mason slows down and catches the both of them. And that's going to be yellow number 2, 17 laps in, out of 100. It's still going to be the driver of the 93 in Aiden Walker there. River Page in 2nd, and Sean Conklin, the 3rd spot. I think of the night. Going to get a monster start. But a very impressive jump. It's all running. As always, an excitement. It's Fargo. Anyway, the most on green flag run race. 2 yellow flags early into this one. Almost a fifth of the way in, as a matter of fact. And now with River Page there, Sean Conklin in third, and James Thurston in position number 4. You can see that Chase Schaefer watching as Conklin goes way up high, and that could be a move made to warm up the tires. Once again, that got a long run. The gain of some of these drivers, racing so far. A possibility, some wrecks in the pack. Pass. Good one. Hit on. Going to be on. Long run. So far, aggression has been in place of consistency, if not just a bit ahead of it. Let's go once again. 18 laps in out of 100. It's Aiden Walker out in front. River Page there in second, and Sean Conklin in third. And James Thurston's position number 4 with Chase Schaefer rounding at your top 5. And it looks like this time by we go double file once again. A fifth of the way in already. Time flying here in IORA. And hopefully the driver's having fun as we look to get back at it for restart number 2 of the night. Now with every driver settled in, getting themselves accustomed to the way the cars feel and whatnot, it's going to be all about how the iRacing official pace car leaves and then how these drivers react to that, as it's going to be the reaction off of the jump that could put River Page back out in front of the inside line, or could put Aiden Walker in a much better position to keep that lead. Once again, and as we get to it, it's going to be the 24 and the 93 out in front. James Thurston there in third, as Cameron Perez and Sean Conklin do battle side by side when we get it back. Rolling 19 laps in out of 100. Lap 20 coming in slowly but surely, and it's going to be the iRacing official pace car diving off this time by. Let's get back at it again, and it's going to be Conrails number 93 on rails. A big shunt for River Page, as now Aiden Walker gets a perfect start. And 3 wide, it's going to be Cameron Perez going all the way down to the apron here. Not sure if that's going to work. He's going to drive it up right up to the track, and it's going to work indeed. Perez able to make it stick for now. Sean Conklin there, and you can see since New Hampshire is one of the flattest tracks on this iRacing service, someone like Perez is going to be able to make it work on the apron and drift up into third. He's still fighting with Sean Conklin though, and they do make contact, so we'll see whether or not that strategy is going to be a long run one, because right now in the short term, Perez gets right up there with James Thurston, and now Chase Schaefer going to be able to make it 3. The driver, the 99, goes in, and now Perez going to lose a lot of time there. It looks like the apron not going to happen, as the 99 machine gets by with the 96 in tow. And now Thurston makes contact with Schaefer, and they're bumping all over. Here in Loudon, it's getting a bit more intense as they go down to the turn once again. James Bomar looks to get into the wall. That's not going to impact anyone just yet. And now the 41 machine in a bit of trouble. It looks like everyone's sights set on being more and more aggressive. Consistency might not be favored just yet, but these guys are consistently doing 110% to dive into every single corner. 100% take themselves closer and closer to the leading battle. Now it's going to be a 3-wide battle between Joe Armstrong, Mason Moriarty, and Corey Miles. These drivers are getting more and more intense. It's going to be a bit of madness here in New Hampshire. And now it's going to be double file for a moment. It looks like Joe Armstrong gets the edge and now tries to chase down Greg Calhoff, and that he has the edge. Also, a great maneuver there. The number 20 machine as he gets out of the inside line. You're almost there. I'm just going to have to do it once again. Back at it. Go. Armstrong on a tear so far. The driver of that number 20 going to charge it up, and this time no issue. As a result, nice goes on. So Armstrong, second spot in the battle for 7th at the very least, as Bomar, despite getting way wide, is still going strong in that 41. Got to give some props to James Bomar. They're able to make it stick after what almost looked like a certain wreck. And now a quarter of the way into this event, River Page is almost there. When it comes down to that lap number 25 mark, 24 laps in, and the number 24 is your race leader looking to settle the score. And the McCody setup shop number 24 is now going to have to set himself up for victory. If he can make it happen, we will find out. James Thurston going to be there in third, Sean Conklin in fourth, James Bomar going to be in fifth, as Joe Armstrong going to do battle with Cameron Perez. One driver going to blink big time by. That looked like it was James Bomar. So Bomar having internet issues of his own here on the Office Depot number 41 machine. Sean Conklin's going to spin right in front of him. And will it be a yellow? Nobody's going to be hit. But it looks like that is going to be yellow flag once again for Sean Conklin. And the number 54 goes around. He's involved big time. Let's take a look at what just happened. And checking back, you can see by this point these guys were battling. We'll take it back a bit closer to the incident, and it seems like Sean Conklin lost it on his own, diving down to the inside line. And a quarter of the way into this one, it's going to be Conklin down and around in front of the field. Yellow flag is out once more, and thankfully nobody hits him. That's going to be a safety yellow either way. And here we go, the burnt rubber, number 54, burned some rubber, but not in victory lane, as River Page is still the man who leads this one, and nobody has been on his tail all night long. It seems like this could be domination for the driver, the number 24. No tire strategy has been put in place just yet, because every time we've gotten a run, it has been a very short one, and nobody else has been able to top the man who gets that better jump. The better jump means everything here in New Hampshire, as now it's going to be Page leading a few drivers down that time by. He's going to be able to take the driver of that number 9 machine. No, it's going to be Bomar staying out, Aiden Walker as well. But Page going in with James Thurston this time by will ride on pit lane and check the exit camera, as very few drivers out on the track that are risky, whether or not it is worth taking. As we get back at it at lap number 27, Page going to be on that pole position stall. The stands are packed, as this might be the most intense pit road race all season long. Page already going to have 2 tires by the time Sean Conklin gets in. Chase Schaefer going to be in similar standing right now. So as they all drive out, it's going to be an easy victory out of pit road for Page. Then it's going to be James Thurston, Mason Moriarty, and Chase Schaefer going to be beaten out by Alex Anderson and Michael Deitch. Vincent Guecci there, and so is Sean Conklin. Now Josh Williams gets out right with them, and Aiden Walker going to be in the mix as well. The 93 is your race leader, as a matter of fact. 27 in, out of 100. James Bomar in second, Greg Kalhoff in third, and River Page in fourth, as James Thurston is in position number 5, and rounds out your top 5 here in New Hampshire. It is going to be the 96 and the number 6 holding on strong in 5th and 6th respectively, as this time by we go 1. I'll mute 3. That I didn't like. Wow. Or then they that's in the heart. Much aggression as they have, and certainly a display of aggression, but it also has been a display up front of consistency. Aiden Walker on 28 lap old tires has still been one of the fastest drivers all night long. His best lap overall, a 30.6 flat. So it seems like the 93 might have something up the sleeve of every driver. He's banking on a long green flag run this time by, and he will be 1 tire set up on the field if that's the case. So we'll see if that works. If it sticks, it's going to all come down to whether or not next time by now drivers in the IORA Cup Series will be able to go just a bit longer on the run than what we anticipated. The Conrail 93 there, James Bomar in that number 41 right beside him, and now Greg Kalhoff for the first time in the podium here in IORA, as right beside him going to be River Page if he chooses to run right up front. Kalhoff there in third, and it's going to be Bomar and Walker looking to walk away from the field as we get it restarted. Lap number 30 on the night. James Bomar blinking once again, and that's a serious blink. Sometimes when drivers blink, it disconnects them from the live timing, but it does show them on our timing and scoring screen. But whenever Bomar goes in and out, he is absolutely off of the charts here on iRacing. There's nothing calculating where he's going with his car, nothing calculating where he should be in relativity to every other driver, so that's going to be a bit dangerous. If Bomar gets in a side-by-side battle and he ends up spinning off of someone, he'll not even be able to tell that he was there. They might not even see him, so Bomar's going to have to be a bit more cautious than most drivers. Let's get back at it again. 93 machine there with the 41. Let's go racing. iRacing official pace car is off. Green flag's going to be out once again. Lap 30 of 100. And Aiden Walker able to get a nice and smooth start there. James Bomar still going to be with Greg Kalhoff, as Page now going to be able to make his way through. River Page, that is, riding over the number 24 machine. You can see that he's oh so close to Kalhoff there. And Greg is not going to give, but he's going to give a bit too much and get Page almost up into the wall. They're going to be 4 wide for a moment, and they're still going to be 3. Chase Schaefer there with Thurston. They're going to spin. Big time wreck in the back of the pack. Caution flag's going to be out once again. Let's check on what just happened. You can see Perez able to make it by. and a 22nd in 3 the matter. Now, Cameron Perez dove into it big, and you can see by that point, Kalhoff gets stacked up with Mason Moriarty. Ben Moriarty is going to get a bit of a tag by Guecci, and that's going to start it. Cameron Perez gets into Guecci, and then Perez tries to bulldoze through, and Joseph Armstrong involved as well. Michael Deitch gets by, Braxton Whitaker as well, and now drivers are beginning to take their faster pairs, and they're beginning to need them. 31 laps in out of 100, that is very bad news if they actually have to need those faster pairs, one and only. These guys do not have multiple anymore in the IORA Cup Series. It's one and then you are done. It's going to be a race of attrition no matter how it goes. And it seems like at this rate, these guys are going to have to pace it a bit less aggressive, back it down a bit. Make sure that your patience is in mind. As 32 laps in out of 100, patience has not been the name of the game for Aiden Walker there. In that top spot, he has been go, 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 and he has no one else to slow him down. It has been the race to remember for the 93 machine, and it could be what puts him into the championship battle once again, with James Thurston not in the sim tonight, having of course an account waiting for him to get it started. It's going to be whether or not the 93 can hold on, as James Bomar going to be there in second, and evidently River Page going to be in third. James Thurston sitting pretty in fourth, and it's going to be Chase Schaefer rounding out the top 5 as this time by. It looks like we are not going to go one lap to green. Every driver is going to be there in pacing procedure, so we could shorten the yellow this time by to get the race back going, but a third of the way through, and it has been almost a half an hour in. The race has not been going at the pace these guys have wanted. Either way, as we get it back rolling, it's going to be 93 of Walker, James Bomar in second, River Page in third, as James Thurston in position number 4, could be right there with him, and Chase Schaefer holds on the top 5. So if we get it back double file this time by, which we won't, the drivers will have to stack up and think about what they can do from now. We've seen some intense racing, 3-wide racing, action-packed for sure, but we have not gotten much of a green flag run to show for it. So as we come down to the stripe this time by, and it will become 34 laps in out of 100, Aiden Walker certainly hoping to see a long green flag run, but even though he has not, and yes, James Bowman right beside him, he still is the leader on the oldest tire set in the field. So his gamble so far has paid off, but it might not for much longer. River Page getting right behind him here, and 34 in out of 100. Time is of the essence, and the 93 machine for Conrail going to have to put it back on rails and get the train on the right tracks, because it's almost off them by now. Here we will go. The 93 holding on strong with James Bomar there. James Thurston going to be in third, and River Page round out the fastest 4. As we get it kicked off, once again, 16 drivers, all of which still going to be on the lead lap, and about half of which have taken a faster pair here. It's going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, and it looks like even more than that, but they're not showing up a timing and scoring just yet, as drivers getting a bit banged up, and that could give an end to their night. As we get back at it, the 93 there with the 41. Let's get to it once again, led by Aiden Walker. Here we go again. It's going to be the iRacing official pace car diving off on the green flag, going to be waving once more. Here we go, led by Walker. And a nice and steady start for the driver of the number 93 machine there. It's going to be River Page in the mix down to the inside line. A big send by Cameron Perez once again. 3 wide. Chase Schaefer able to make it through. Michael Deitch going to get it squirrely. And now it's going to be Chase Schaefer turned. Caution is not going to be out. Single file spin. And he's going to be able to file himself out. Nice and smooth save. But it's going to be Cameron Perez going down to the apron that might have caused that one. We'll find out what had happened. As you can see, a big send backs it down. And then Conklin there. And that was definitely contact with the 99 machine and the 1, so out around, Chase Schaefer goes and has to get it back in order, as it's going to be the 99 machine holding on strong. River Page there in first, though, as Aiden Walker fights on with James Thurston. Walker gets to the wall. Now your race leader going to be the 24 machine, as Aiden Walker losing more and more time, and time here could be money. $300 grand prize at the end of season, and River Page having himself a great race would lock up some extra points and put himself back in contention at Atlanta, as the 24 machine from McConey Set Up Shop Incorporated has set himself up nice and smooth to make something good out of it. And down to the inside line once again he goes, and you can see James Thurston not going far into the inside line the same way that Page is doing. Let's ride on board River and see what's going on. And you can see that River goes down just a bit deeper than James Thurston chooses to. And the Good Smile Racing number 96 machine absolutely going to have a good time so far, as he's going to get off the exit a bit worse than the River Page machine. But time, well, it's going to give him a lot to recover and recoup his losses. That time by, River Page ran a 30.7. So these guys are still about a tenth off of their best laps, and the tire wear starting to accumulate. That is not bad at all. And with that being said, it's not bad, but it could be better. And as these drivers get it going, they're certainly going to want it to be better, as it's going to be River Page pulling away slowly but surely. James Thurston there in second, as we're beginning to get what could be a longer green flag run. Braxton Whitaker gets oh so close there to the driver of that number 57, and that was between the Braxtec number 51 and the Hendrick Cars number 57, both of which they're in frame. It's going to be a big battle between the both of which to get it back on their way. Recouping their losses, they're still going to be 14th and 15th as River Page holds on strong there first. Page still fighting hard in that top spot. Please didn't get to him just yet, and whether or not anyone can get to him. There we go. Let's take a lap on board with the driver of the 24 machine to see how it is out in front. And the yellow flag is out, 41 laps in out of 100. Let's check in on just what happened as we took a lap with River Page, and Cameron Perez goes around with Vincent Guecci. Let's find out what just happened here. It's the number 1 machine fighting with James Beaumont, and it looks like, as we see that, the 41 gets tagged, and then Joe Armstrong gets right into him. So Beaumont goes down and around, and the number 1 machine of Cameron Perez gets messed up big as Armstrong tags him and takes him right out. So it's going to be a lot of contact in the middle of the field. That could be it for Perez. We'll see whether or not it is. He's still on the track. James Beaumont now getting up to him, and this could be some payback. We will see if tempers flare. And that, they don't, as Beaumont's almost going to spin himself. Now 41 machine going to get closer and closer to Perez. Nothing going to come of it, but they're still racing down there. And it's going to be a punt for the number 41 of Beaumont. So contact and tempers are flaring here. The number 1 machine going to be turned around by Beaumont. And now River Page, of course, having to worry about his own race. Seeing a lot of chaos and calamity in the scenes behind him. So this is getting more and more intense. Tempers flaring, and it's not between drivers on the championship, but it's between drivers way out of it right now. So either way, these drivers continue to put up a hard fight, pushing themselves to do that much better as the night continues to go on, and it looks like some guys not doing as well as they want as damage and tempers continue to flare. James Thurston there in second, Sean Conklin going to be in third, and then Joseph Armstrong able to get himself up into fourth as rounding at your top 5. It's going to be Corey Lyles and Mason Moriarty going to be there in position number 6. The race going to get back on its way any minute now and holding on strong. River Page has led a good majority of this one, and the 24 has had very little, well, contest as the night goes on, and it seems like it might just stay the exact same way as we get back into it this time by. It's going to be led off by who else but the 24 in Page. Let's get back at it side by side. The 96 is going to be with the 24, Sean Conklin in tow, and then it's going to be Joe Armstrong as we get it back rolling. The Marconi setup shot machine has set himself up nicely for perhaps a victory here as we get the race back on its way. Last time by, we had the longest run we've seen all night long. Could we get it a bit longer? I'm hoping to see so, as we now go down the back straightaway once again. As it stands, still no retirees except for Cameron Perez. Looks like he got disconnected from the session there, so maybe by this point we could get some more green flag racing in, as the admin sending the message they want to see more long green flag runs and less chaos and less of a tempered attitude from every driver. Time by, the iRacing official pace car comes in. Could this be a change of pace, a change of luck, and a change of heart? We will find out as coming down and in. Look at him go. It's going to be led by Page. Thurston's a replacement right beside him. Let's go back at it. Green flag's out once again. And River with the start of his life once again. The 54 going to be there with the number 96. How about this? And these drivers pushing themselves to wits' end time and time again. And now it looks like the pack's going to be nice and smooth. Josh Williams in the back going to have a bit of a run-in, but he's going to be able to keep it there as Sean Conklin goes down to the inside line of James Thurston. And Thurston, one of those drivers that you see having great battles with any driver that he's racing with. And right now he's having a great one indeed. It's going to be contentious though as Conklin gets right up to the inside of Thurston. And now they almost make more contact than what we saw before, an initial rub-in. And now it could get a bit more chaotic. Whether or not it does, we will wait and see. Conklin goes around. And now it's going to be yellow flag once again. Instant replay on the matter, and that is exactly what we expected. Aggression rise once more. Involving Conklin there. It's going to be Sean Conklin down and around, and you can see goes into the turn. Right there with him. Then gets tagged, it almost looks like, by Joe Armstrong as he washes up the track. And Thurston, no, it's going to be single car there. Around on his own, so not good at all. There you have it. Yet a problem for Sean Conklin about the luck for the man of the number 54 machine, as we will take a quick Fireball Talks nonstop, and we will be right back. You won't miss a thing, as we will be back before the green flag action is on.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Are back live on FTN, one lap to green here as we get it started, and it's going to be River Page there with James Thurston side by side. Lap 49 out of 100. The race is getting a bit more extended than what we expected, but still just about halfway in. We're far from done. Got a lot of time to make it happen. The number 24 machine's been leading the good majority of this one with James Thurston right beside him. Corey Lyles there in third. And Mason Moriarty position number 4 in the mix himself as Alex Sanderson is still good around at that top 5. Halfway into this race, next time by the cross flags will wave. And here we will go again as halfway in. We have been in Loudon and still only one retiree. Vincent Guetsch going to go one lap down after an incident with Sean Conklin. So let's get back at it live on FDN indeed as the McConey setup shot machine has set himself up for a nice and smooth race. Let's go. Inside line, the pace car goes, and we'll be green once again, led by the 24. And a nice jump there for the driver of the number 24 machine in River Page. James Thurston still is right there with them. And it's going to be Mason Moriarty in third, Chase Schaefer in fourth, and then Corey Lyles in position number 5. Alex Anderson going to be rounding out in the 6th spot. Greg Kalhoff 7th as Michael Deitch holds on strong in 8th. Aiden Walker going to be 9th. Joseph Armstrong there in 10th. And Braxton Whitaker holds on in 11th now. And he's going to go up just a bit high there. Holding on though, it's going to be Greg Kalhoff there. Alex Anderson in the mix. Mason Moriarty going to be in 5th. And they go up, down, and around. And the 39 machine holds on to the inside line. And now it seems like Joseph Armstrong is going to have a bit of contact with it. Michael Deitch machine able to hold on nonetheless, as it's going to be the 99 of Chase Schaefer keeping himself nice and smooth. Very little action going on up front. Schaefer in second, but it's going to be Rouse with the driver in that number 24 up in front in River. Get things rolling once again. 52 laps in out of 100. We could get a long green flag running here and now, and that has been the hope and the dream for most of these drivers so far, and now it looks like it could become a reality. Braxton Whitaker there in 10th. Caution flags out once again. 52 laps in out of 100, and it's going to be Michael Deitch alongside Sean Conklin. Conklin goes around once more. Let's take a look at what happened. And it's going to be Greg Kalhoff wiggling and getting the driver of that number 54, and Kalhoff was able to save it, but Conklin gets involved, and it looks like he's actually going to be the man who gets the worst of it. So Greg Kalhoff does get tagged again by Conklin, and the yellow flag is out. 53 in, out of 100. Been a caution-filled race, unfortunately. Been very chaotic, and drivers are not backing down from one another at all. So as it's been so far, it seems like River Page, well, hold on. Race leader, Unso, of 4 very few drivers up front due to the lack of passing and on-track action brought on by Green. By should be better conditions. Looks like drivers be file out time here. Just be all about filing out for some of these guys. River Page there, Chase Schaefer going to be in the mix. James Thurston there in 3rd, and Corey Lyle is going to be in position number now 4 as Mason Moriarty blinks back into 5th. Guys are going a bit in and out tonight. Vince Iguechi is going to be sideways unbelievably, and it looks like he's on his own, so we're going to try to find out what happened as Vince Iguechi has been spinning sideways for about a turn or so. And now we're checking in once again, and this is Iguechi with his Camry. And you could see the 09 machine flipped himself over on a lid here, and I'm not sure how that's even possible. And you can see Iguechi, oh, he gets into the catch fence, and then he goes sideways, and he just spins. Like that, all the way down to the exit of turn 2. And I think that's his race, and that's certainly not a position any car should be in. Vince Iguechi, not sure what's going on at all. How about that, the 09 machine going for a wild ride and going for a trip. The 3G sponsor machine is, he's on pit road. That might just be his night, as River Page comes on by 54 in, out of 100. Round 22 from Loudon is nothing short of chaos here. And it's going to be James Thurston there in 3rd, Corey Lyles in 4th, Mason Moriarty in 5th, then Aiden Walker in 6th as we go 1 to green next time by. With a number 24 machine out in front once again. Chase Schaefer going to keep it nice and smooth in 2nd. James Thurston going to be there with Corey Lyles in 4th. And as they do it once again, the Good Smile Racing number 96 still get it right there with the Hooters number 56. And with Corey Lyles, of course, winning at Daytona, he's looking to get his 2nd win on the season. He still has not been able to do so just yet on the year, but he's been a fast driver nonetheless. So as we get back at it this time by, Schaefer goes on the high side. It'll be River Page down low as we get things sorted in once again. The iRacing official pace car comes down to the end. Green flag's going to be out once again, led by River Page. got River Page fighting side by side for the lead as almost a lap has gone by here on this restart. And the 99 machine down to the inside line, 56 laps down out of 100. And this is going to be the first long battle that we have had for the lead. Usually it's all about that restart, but it looks like Chase Schaefer has found a glitch in the system or a hack in the system. He's cracked his way in, and now they're double file once again with a very little issue as they come down and in. It looks like it's still going to be Chase Schaefer on the inside line, now having just a bit of an edge. Will it stick though? We will find out, as so far it's working. It's going to be Schaefer and Page with James Thurston in the mix as well. Corey Lau is going to be right there with Mason Moriarty, and it's going to be who else with the number 20 machine, and Joseph Armstrong on his way. James Beaumont right behind him, and now we seem to be getting guys up in front fighting hard. James Thurston gets down to the inside line of River there, and Chase Schaefer is on younger tires. That might be one of the things that's playing a major difference here. You can see Whitaker's down to the inside line, and he's going to be in a bit of trouble himself as the Thurston machine goes up high. He's skating just a bit, and while he is on ice skates, it seems like he'll be able to keep it going without a big issue. And River Page still there in that second spot, fighting hard. Chase Schaefer there in first, 59 laps in out of 100. This could be it here in Loudon. The run that we have been waiting for might just come here and now. And it looks like Chase Schaefer having himself go in the best run he's had all night long. Down to the inside line, Schaefer goes once again. River going to be in second, James Thurston there in third, and Aiden Walker in fourth, as Joseph Armstrong going to keep himself in the mix in now the sixth spot, as he's going to get a bit of a move there. Corey Lyle does. He's in sixth, and Mason Moriarty goes out of the inside line on Alex Anderson, and they are keeping themselves intact time after time. James Beaumont going to be there in the number 9 machine in that 9th spot. They keep it going without much of a problem. Greg Kalhoff there in the 10th spot. He's going to get it out of the inside line on Whitaker and make it nice and smooth. And it's going to be all about what it takes to run a long run here, as drivers are now beginning to file themselves out. Once again, we got one driver that's going down to the inside line. Sean Conklin has blown a motor, and we're going to find out just why. And Conklin hit the pit barrier. That's exactly why. Went right into it, and he tried to limp it out after the fact. It looks like his race is done, and he has accepted defeat. The motor is blown. He's taking a fast repair, and he parks it to the high side of the track. I think that is it, and that it is. Game over for Sean Conklin, and yet another retiree it appears. It's going to be Conklin, 3 down, and Cameron Perez, the only other retiree in the mix as well. So as Chase Schaefer goes on the 67 lap, and now the 60-second lead, it is going to be him leading by a second over River Page. James Thurston there in third. Aiden Walker is in fourth, and Joseph Armstrong rounds out the top 5 with Alex Anderson there in position number 6. James Beaumont, 7th, and Mason Moriarty going to be 8th. As you can see now, it's going to be Moriarty fighting with Corey Lyles and Greg Kalhoff. That's Braxton Whitaker holding on, and Braxton's nickname in the league, Lightning. And right now, it looks like Lightning going to be the bottle only once running up front, not tonight. And it looks like he'll have to wait perhaps until next race at Atlanta to have a great shot. Michael Deitch now going to be in 12th. Josh Williams there in 13th. And rounding out the field that's still on the track, Vince Guecci is back after spinning sideways on the track. And not only sideways as in the car going down and around with 180s. He tipped that thing over and kept spinning like a top. Chase Schaefer holds on out in front, 63 and out of 100. River Page going to be there in second. Aiden Walker going to be in third. And then Joseph Armstrong in fifth. Alex Anderson position number 6 as James Beaumont is there in now the 7th spot. Mason's going to be in 8th, and it's going to be Greg Kalhoff there in 9th. 64 laps in out of 100. Braxton Whitaker going to be there in position number 10. Corey Lyle is going to be in 11th. And it looks like right now every driver getting themselves spread out. Very, very patient racing for most part, as now Walker goes out of the inside line. Joseph Armstrong in the mix as well. And now they're going to be fighting as Armstrong blinks just a bit. And James Thurston right there with Aiden Walker. Alex Anderson in tow, and 64 out of 100. James Beaumont going to go at it. And you can see the 41 machine keeping himself nice and steady. And here you go. The 41 machine is now going to be able to get himself up into 7th, as this might be the battle to watch. Riding aboard with Joseph Armstrong, and we'll check his rear view camera. You can see he's side by side at this point with James Thurston. And Thurston right there on his outside. Going to have to consolidate the line at the same time. And the number 96 machine keeps himself right there. And now going to barrel down and in once again. Joseph Armstrong holding on like it's nothing so far. That number 20 seems to have found the secret to success. He's going to be in 4th, and this is the longest he's been able to go in a race all season long. Braxton Whitaker goes into pit road, it appears, and this could be the first decision based on strategy all night long, and that it is not going to be an incident as he comes out in the number 51 machine. There he goes, as Chase Schaefer holds on in 1st, and River Page is in 2nd. It's Aiden Walker in 3rd, Joseph Armstrong there in 4th. 5th is going to be Thurston, and then Alex Anderson is going to be there in position number 6. Then James Bomar going to be in 7th, as right now everyone's going back and forth. Corey Lyles going to be 2/3 of the way in. He's going to be now in 10th, as it's going to be Whitaker, the first driver to pit, and could be race over. He's still there, as Chase Shaver going to lap him, and he has been on pit road for quite a while so far. Going to get himself serviced and get himself back on his way. He's going to be now onto his left side tires, as Shaver going to put more than a lap down on him, and it looks like now 26 laps into this run, Shaver has still much time to burn before he has to come down and in. Here we go again. The driver of the number 93 machine is going to be in 3rd. Joseph Armstrong holds on there in 4th. And James Thurston is there in position number 5. Everyone running nice and smooth. Going to be a mostly single file event so far, and now it seems like with all the caution and all the chaos out of the way, these drivers will be able to put on a great race, a great show without much more interruption. And Chase Schaefer absolutely happy with the way this race has been able to turn out after some caution fest there. It's going to be Joseph Armstrong going way to the inside line. He's going to be in a lot of trouble, able to save it unbelievably, and he went down to the grass there and keeps it going straight, does not overcorrect, corrects it just right, and continues to battle with Alex Anderson. Side by side they go once more, and the 67 there with the number 20 and battling to each other till the end. It's going to be Anderson and Armstrong. An undeniable contentious battle between the two of which, and the Interstate Batteries number 20 has put himself on the charge side by side with who else but Alex Anderson. James Bomar going to be there in that 7th spot. Greg Calhoun there in 8th, and then it's going to be Mason Moriarty in position number 9. Then Corey Lyles is going to be in that 10th spot. Josh Williams there in 11th as Michael Deitch holds on in 12th. And Braxton Whitaker keeps himself intact in position number 12, with Whitaker now going to be in 13th as he goes one lap down, as a matter of fact, and timing is going to deceive you there. He's ahead of Michael Deitch on the track, but not in position. And Vincent Guecci still going 3 laps down in 14th. 30 laps remaining here in New Hampshire, and round 22 in Loudon is coming down to the final stretch. And you know that one driver who's happy about it is absolutely Chase Schaefer. The monster size number 99 has been on a monster run so far, and it's only getting better, and he is only getting stronger as a talent in this league, and it seems like that is not going to stop him so far. The 99 of Schaefer keeps himself right then and there. River Page going to be in 2nd, Aiden Walker in 3rd, James Thurston in 4th, and Alex Anderson in 5th, as Armstrong there rounding out the top 6. James Bomar, though, don't catch him lacking, as he is still there in the top 7, keeping himself going for a great run. As one driver going to have a bit of smoke that might be tire smoke from a driver like Josh Williams, who's in the mix with Michael Deitch, but has lost just a bit of time on him. Last time by, he had a 31.788, much lower than Chase Schaefer's 31.256, and these leaders are oh so much quicker than the remainder of the pack, and it continues to show. Barreling down in once again, the monster designs number 99 has been a monster all night long, and River Page, who knows this, is going to try to claw him in once again. Page, who led the early stages of this race without very much competition, finding himself in a bit of a lead, does not want to be in, and with 28 to go, it's evident that the McConey setup shot machine has set himself up for good, but not greatness, as he's still there in that runner-up spot, biding his time. Aiden Walker there in 3rd, James Thurston is in 4th, and Alex Anderson going to be there in the top 5 as Joseph Armstrong holds on strong in 6th. James Bomar 7th, Greg Kalhoff in 8th, and Kalhoff goes out of the inside line with Bomar there in the mix, and they're going to go almost door banging there. Kalhoff going to let off. Nice calculated decision making, as it's going to be the Monster Designs number 99 keeping himself there, and you can see he gets a bit squirrely, but he's still far and away the leader here with 27 laps remaining. Nobody seems to be on his tail just yet. 75 in out of 100. We're 3/4 of the way through, and Chase Schaefer has been able to pull away to a nice lead, and it seems like with that being the case, could come home with a victory as a result. James Thurston there in the number 96 holding on the Good Smile Racing machine as the majority of the field, and now almost the entirety, is single file, but it's going to be Josh Williams getting passed by Michael Deitch. As that time by, it looks like these guys just caught up to the remainder of the pack, and Deitch going to be able to get into 12th, fighting to get into 11th, as he's going to get ran way up the track by Vincent Guecci, and Guecci going to go down and in, and while Vincent is a total of 3 laps down, he still seems to have some pride in the power that he's got in that machine, and he's going to be able to take it with force and now fight through drivers such as Williams and Corey Lyles. Lyles lets him by easily. Michael Deitch gives him a bit of a fight, and we'll see how Josh Williams reacts to this, because the lap car getting up with the leaders here, and while they are the drivers on the lead lap, there might not be the leaders per se. It still is going to be Guecci much faster, and he is on a much newer tire set as well. Goes way high. Will it stick? It looks like that it will. And Chase Schaefer in that number 99 machine holding on strong. It's going to be, of course, the Monster Designs machine taking it into 23 laps to go. Our usual Crank It Up will be delayed just a bit to ensure that we can set up our Road to Pros broadcast, which starts in just a few minutes. As soon as we have that back on our way, well, our Crank It Up will conclude, but it won't start just yet, as it is going to be the final few laps before, I think, inevitably, Chase Schaefer is going to have to pit here. Rotor Page has been on the track for 51 laps, so he's been on a great show so far. He's been putting on a great show, to say the least, but it looks like Schaefer has that edge, and it will continue to put him in a much better position. Coming out of the Geico restart zone once again, it's going to be a total of 23 laps remaining here in New Hampshire, and the Magic Mile proving to be magical for Chase Schaefer. Nobody else has been able to get right up to him. As you see that wide angle, nobody's in frame except for this number 99. Aiden Walker going to be there in third. James Thurston's going to be in fourth. Alex Anderson fifth. Joseph Armstrong there in position number 6. 22 laps to go now, as it looks like drivers are beginning to finish this one off, and Schaefer not choosing to come into pit road that time by, as you could see coming down through the backstretch. 22 rounds in, 22 laps to go. This is the man who's on the top of the charts, and he might be the man who gets it done here in Loudon. As we come down the back straightaway once again, it's going to be 21 laps to go this time by, led by Chase Schaefer. And Schaefer still out in front in that number 99 machine for Monster Designs, as Michael Deitch comes down and into pit road, and you could see that the 12th spot he's going to be in now. He's falling back just a bit, but not too much, so it seems like it's going to be a delicate procedure here for Deitch as he gets it all fixed up, squared away. 92 machine, not in the race, but the 51 so on pit. Great show, as holding on single file he has not is going to be Corey Lyles, who keeps himself in motion, while Michael Deitch goes down to pit road, and drivers might have to begin contemplating coming down to pit road even if they don't want to. It will be a big gamble that some drivers have to make, but Chase Schaefer, who has 39 laps in, has at least about 15 laps on Rotor Page. If Page can stay on for about 5-10 more laps, I do believe that Chase Schaefer will be locked in to go all the way. So as we see things go down, such as Page fighting so hard up front, I do believe that Chase Schaefer will have to take in mind how fast these guys on new tires are. Michael Deitch going to be able to go right around Chase Schaefer there, get a good run-off exit, and Deitch is stuck to the track. You can see how much faster he is than Schaefer that time by. Chase ran a 32 flat, and Michael Deitch has just recently ran a whopping 58-second lap, but he's still just about as quick as your leader on new tires and much slower than the man out in front. It's going to be, well, the 93, and it looks like Chase Schaefer still holds on. And 18 laps to go here in Loudon, and you can see that we are getting right up to 9 Eastern, so we will return in just a moment, and we will have a Crank It Up to get this one in motion live on FTN. Gonna get your Crank It Up cameras right in, as Chase Schaefer now has a bit of a dominating run going here. Will he be able to keep it going? We will find out as we get back on our way. Let's Crank It Up here at 9 Eastern. And 16 laps to go. Our Crank It Up will be delayed just a bit here. And it looks like Chase Shaver going to be big time involved. How about that? And it looks like it's going to involve his strategy, but it's going to involve Joe Armstrong to say the least. So let's take a quick look back, 20 seconds, and find out just what happened. And with Armstrong there, backing it down, the number was... Whether or not this is done just to bunch up the field, that is a possibility. No, it's going to be Armstrong who goes around there, and it's going to be James Bomar who gets almost into him, and the yellow flag comes out once again, and we will have a less than 15 lap dash as every driver comes out of pit road for a strategy call once more. And tempers might just flare, and drivers are putting on their final tires like their Sunday best. It's the Thursday night, but it's going to be the NASCAR Cup Series machine. Same vein. Get into it. Bye-bye. As we get into it, you see drivers come to the pit road. We will go down to one more Fireball Talks non-stop to ensure that the Road to Pro stream is going as good as it can. We will be right back as James Bomar leads the way here in Loudon.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
And this time by, let's get back at it. It's going to be a total of only now 13 laps to go. Green flags out once again, led by James Bomar. And this will be your Crank It Up. And we will be right back once again as it's going to be a big send into turn one. Both of the drivers are going to have some contact there. They're going to be able to keep it together though. And they're going to be going as we send it to our trackcams22.com. Crank It Up with 12 laps to go. And with 10 laps to go, we are under the yellow flag condition once again. Now let's check on what just happened. Mason Moriarty appears to be involved, so we will take a quick look back as we were already under yellow by this point, and you can see drivers bumping it up, and this will be the cause. So it looks like number 6 machine of Mason Moriarty going up on the high side, and by that point, fighting way hard in the back of the pack. As you can see, yellow flag was out, and it looks like that's going to be a result of a driver. It looks like Greg Kalhoff getting a big amount of damage, and it goes up to the wall that time by, and that could just be the reason as they go down at around 10 laps remaining, and you can see the 0-0 of Josh Williams right there in tow. It looks like actually the good majority of the field able to make it through as Sean Conklin retired 30 laps ago, and every driver is on the lead lap as it is. So Vincent Guecci there as well, and it looks like nonetheless a safety yellow. Aiden Walker going to be out in front once again. 10 laps to go, and that concludes your TrackCam22.com portion of this event. And apologies for the brevity of it, but we will be back with a full crank it up next time we go at it, and that's going to be at New Atlanta, the same place where the Road to Pro drivers are. And at 9 laps to go, the race has not begun for the pros just yet. Keep an eye out for them as they get it started at 9 Eastern live on FTN. And with that being said, 9 laps remaining. That is the distance here in Loudon, and it's going to be double file once more. These guys want to get this one done. It seems like right now the number 35 machine in the Road to Pro Series out in front with a great run in qualifying. That's going to be Delaney for all who are wondering, and we will keep you up to date with race updates as we continue to broadcast on FTN. Multiple streams at once. Hope to provide some high quality action as we get it going once more. Aiden Walker going to be there out in front. Alex Anderson there in second. Joseph Armstrong going to be in third. And Chase Schaefer is in position number 4. River Page going to be in now 6 as James Thurston right beside him. The pace car dives in once again. Going to be an 8-lap dash to get it done. Here in the Magic Mile, green flags out once again. Oh, it's going to be big contact. Armstrong's going to be right there. River Page is going to be able to save it. No, it does not look like he will. And he's going to go right up the track. Yellow flag's going to be out once again. Everyone's involved. And we have a car doing a barrel roll at a 1-mile circuit. Unbelievable. And we will have to check on that once again. A big wreck. And this is now going to be a less than 5-lap dash to get this race done. How about the circumstances in this one? An unbelievable show that we are looking forward to have, and it's going to be Vincent Guecci goes around. River Page gets contact with James Thurston, and that sends everyone astray. How about that? The number 24 Marconi setup shot machine not set up for that one, and now it's going to be Aiden Walker leading it with 94 laps on the board and only 7 laps remaining. Unbelievable here. And that's how it's going to go. And as it stands, it's going to be the driver number 3 out in front. And now everyone catches up to him once again. Joseph Armstrong involved in that incident, going to be there second, and in third, Josh Williams. Corey Lau is going to be there in fourth as Braxton Whitaker rounds out your top 5. Then James Bomar going to be there in 6th. Mason Moriarty going to be in 7th as Greg Kalhoff holds on in the 8th position. And Chase Schaefer is there in 9th. 6 laps to go. He's going to come down pit road once again. It will be at the very most a 4-lap drive for everyone in this event until we get to the final segment, and that will of course be your checkered flag. So let's get to it. This time by it's going to be checkers and perhaps wreckers as we had our longest green flag run just a go, and now the iRacing official pace car is off in the Road to Pro Series. The second split, it's going to be front of Delaney on the 26th. I believe Taylor Hurst and Will Cooley third. Matthew Batby going to be in 4th. So your Super 4 up there, and it's going to be your Super 6, Walker, Armstrong, then Williams, Lyles, Whitaker, and James Bomar as we get back at it round 22 here from Loudon. Unbelievable the circumstances that have led to this one. It will be a very, very short run to the checkered flag from here on out to get this one into, of course, the end of the race, and it hopefully will be a clean end of the race as the Conrail number 93 has been the man on rails all night long, and it looks like once again he'll have to prove his worth and put himself the test. Every driver in the Road to Pro field absolutely stacked, and here we are stacked in IORA. Certainly different circumstances. The green flag gonna fly very soon in the road to pro, and it's gonna fly once again here in IORA, but for different purpose. So without further ado, let's get back at it once again. Led off by the driver of that number 93, and he will go, and it's gonna be Aiden Walker and Joe Armstrong stealing the show. It's gonna be the iRacing official pace car off again, a 4-lap dash here at Loudon. Let's get right back at it. And a magic start for both of these drivers. The top two going to be able to pull away nice and smooth. Joe Armstrong down on the high side, and it looks like he's going to be right there in tow with the number 93 machine. These two drivers picking at each other nice and steady. The remainder of the back going to be able to file in nice and smooth. It's going to be Joe Armstrong out in front, Aiden Walker there in second. Now it's going to be a total of about 3 laps to go as they come to the stripe this time by. Walker backing off. Josh Williams going to be able to get up to the fourth. This is the highest position he's ran in all night long, and they go battling with James Bomar there up in the front of the field. Going to be Bomar in now the top 6, and here you have it. As it looks like an issue here, we will try to find what's going on the road to pro side, and we will be right back. And now it looks like it's going to be one driver going way around there, and it's going to be one indeed. James Bomar going to be sending it way hard, and the 41 of Bomar right there in the mix. Corey Lyles with River Page. Back it down and back it in, as it's going to be 2 laps to go here in IORA, and the Joseph Armstrong machine now far out in front. And it's going to be a back straightaway. He leads him in. And it's still going to be the Interstate Batteries machine out there by a wide margin. Second position going to be Aiden Walker, and it's going to be Chase Schaefer there in third. James Bomar in fourth, Mason Moriarty in fifth as they come down the stripe. White flag is out, and the number 20 machine is there in front. The Interstate Batteries machine has charged it up, and it will be all about him from here. And as they come down to the inside line, once again, it is Joseph Armstrong. A big send by Chase Shaver, but the Interstate Batteries machine, for the first time this season, gets it all charged up, and he will win in Loudon round 20. It's going to be 22 now as the 20 gets it done out in front. How about that finish for Joseph Armstrong, getting it done, and he will come home position number 1. How about it indeed, as Armstrong comes home top of the board, and it looks like Joseph will win his first race of the season in style. The restart's what got him it, and he will not relinquish it from here on out. It is his and only his as we get into your race results for tonight's event. Already burning it down. Armstrong is celebrating this one like it's the last win he's ever going to get, and for good reason to celebrate it. He has earned this one tried and true, as Joseph Armstrong wins by a second over Aiden Walker in second, then River Page in third, James Thurston fourth, Mason Moriarty 2.5 seconds off in fifth, as James Bomar holds on there in sixth. Then Corey Lyles is going to be seventh, and Greg Kalhoff there in eighth, Michael Deitch in ninth, and Josh Williams there in position number 10. And finally, it's going to be Braxton Whitaker and Chase Shaver, the final drivers on the lead lap, with Vince Iguechi in 13th, Alex Anderson in 14th, and Sean Conklin 15th. Cameron Paris, a retiree as well, and Armstrong continues to burn down the house as he should. And it's going to be a victory long waited for the man in that top spot tonight in Loudon. Not a championship hunt driver, but he puts on a champion's drive. Joe Armstrong does, and he wins his first race this. And it's one to remember out in front for the man in the number 20. We will have to get a word with him immediately. And here we have it, backing it up indeed. Joseph Armstrong ready to get this one moving. And he's going to move it into the start-finish line and try to get a word we will with the man who ends up winning tonight's event. Interviewing the man on top. It's Joseph Armstrong out in front. And he gets it done here in Loudon. Nobody else on his level. And it will be all about the man in position number 1. Indeed, let's try to get a word with Joseph Armstrong, your race winner from tonight's event. We'll get him in this time by, how about it, Joseph Armstrong winning in IORA. And it's been quite a long time since you've been able to do so. And here you are again. How do you feel after this one?
I don't know. I mean, that was an eventful race from me and my Interstate Batteries team. I went from back to the front to the back again to the front again, and I looked like we were going to just settle out in like fifth there with 10 to go. And I knew that some of them couldn't make it on fuel, but even then I wasn't in position to win. And then some stuff happened late there, and then I found myself in the front row, and I was like, okay, if we can just get a good restart, we'll be in a good spot going into turn one. And I timed it about as perfect as you can time any restart. I mean, we were nose to nose going across the start finish line, coming to the green, and when I knew that I was that close to him or that even to him going into one, it was pretty much a done deal, and I could just set sail from there.
And able to set sail on that restart. Now, a very chaotic race here tonight. A lot of cautions, lots of restarts. So, was that what prepared you for the tail end of it?
A little bit. I had seen some of the games that everyone was playing in the restart zone early, like River and Conklin. River wouldn't really go. He would just kind of wait on Conklin to drive through him. That way they could both get clear. And I knew there late that Walker didn't really have anybody that was going to do that. And so the way the restart zone works is just the deeper you get into the zone, the easier it is to time out the restart. And once we were like halfway through, I was like, oh yeah, he's going here. And I just kind of committed to it and didn't look back.
And commitment was key here in Loudon, able to get it done on top of the board in New Hampshire. Now the season is almost over, and as we get back at it, next race is going to be at New Atlanta. Do we expect to see you there fighting for a victory?
I'm not sure yet. Possibly. I can't make any promises that I'll be there, but if I have free time in my schedule next Thursday, I'll be there.
And that's what we hope to see, Joseph Armstrong winning in New Hampshire. Any final thoughts?
No, thanks to everyone that's watching and everyone that showed up tonight. It was a fun race. I know we had a little bit of beef at the tail end at the beginning, but other than that, it was a really fun race. So shout out to all the drivers that were in there.
Here we have it, Joseph Armstrong. Props to the drivers and props to him winning the 22nd round of the season here in New Hampshire. Thank you for your time.
No problem. Thank you.
There we have it, Armstrong, top man on the board, second position here tonight. How about that for the man in that number 93, Aiden Walker, able to make it so and finish runner-up. So, Aiden, how do you feel after this one? And Aiden Walker, you got a copy?
Out there, right? But hello?
Hey, you got a copy with us? Second place of the night. How you feel?
Well, just kind of annoying that Schaffer could have just not sent it 5 car lengths deep, but it's just what it is. It's not like Thurston already has this already locked up, pretty much. So.
And it seems like Chase Schaefer sent it in way deep there. Did that affect you in any way? It looks like you still came home in second.
Well, it did, because he would have. I knew what he was going to do. He was just going to straight up dump me, because that's how he is. He's always someone that he causes wrecks. He's not the fault of it. And when other drivers apologize, he just has River just go off, like usual, because he doesn't want to talk. So.
And there we have it, certainly upset about the final event of tonight's race. Well, New Atlanta coming up next, so how are you feeling going to that one?
That's just going to be a wreck fest.
We have it, Aiden Walker keeping it brief, second on the board tonight. Any final thoughts?
No, not really after that.
Have it nonetheless, Aiden Walker here tonight and here to stay in the hunt, second of the night. Thank you for your time. There we have it. Going to try to get River Page in, and River Page coming home on the podium, and it looks like I actually moved him into the wrong voice chat. Page, you got a copy on us? Third place here. How you feeling?
I don't even know what to say. That race was chaotic from the get-go. Hold on 1 second. All right. Yeah. So I don't know. You know, I had a fast car. I was gonna race Chase, and I realized I didn't have enough fuel. I don't know. They were talking. A lot of people had enough fuel, and I didn't. So I was kind of hoping for a caution. I wish it wasn't me, but it's okay. gave me a break, and then had to restart in the back, and they wrecked, and then wrecked again. And then on the last lap, I moved Mason up out of the way to get a couple spots, and then Walker decided to dump Schaefer for no reason, which gave me like 5 positions. So I'm really happy. You know, I finished ahead of all the people fighting me for points, and it was a fun race. You know, even though it was pretty chaotic at the end, I really enjoyed it.
And certainly a chaotic race to remember here in the IORA Cup Series, coming home in second. How was it managing strategy? Because that certainly seemed to be the most important aspect of this showcase.
Yeah, I failed wildly. I forgot to take into account fuel. And when I saw those guys behind me pit, I didn't realize that they were pitting for fuel, and I thought they were just going for tires, which I thought was kind of dumb. So I didn't pit, and that was going to be the death of me until the caution. So strategy was a huge thing, and I didn't do the best job of it, but it was okay in the end. Somehow managed to get third. I still don't really understand how that happened.
And unbelievably able to make it A-OK. River Page, next race going to be in New Atlanta. How do you feel going there? As we're live right now with the Road to Pro guys doing it, and they've gone 21 laps in. I'm watching it right behind us right now. They are still caution-free. What do you expect here in IORA?
I don't know about caution-free 21 laps in, but I love New Atlanta with the next gen. It's a lot of fun. I feel like I'm pretty good at it. You know, when FORL went there, Wednesday League that you broadcast, that was a really fun race, and I really, was strong there. And when you can team up with someone, you can do good things there. So I'm just hoping that I can make some friends and get to the front. Track position's key there, so it's going to be important, and I'm confident for sure.
And track position is indeed essential as we get back into it next week. River Page, rounding at the podium. Any final thoughts? Anyone you'd like to thank?
Thanks to McConey Setup Shop and all the people that like me after this race, and all the people that don't like me after this race. You for streaming, these guys for putting on the broadcast or putting on the race, and yeah, that's it.
And there we have it. River Page rounds out your podium here in Loudon. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That's going to be it, as we have a few minutes until we get to our next broadcast. The Highline Racing League begins very, very soon, and we hope to get that one started in just a few moments' time. Got to thank every single one of you for stopping by tonight's broadcast. We will be right back, and we hope you enjoy our next presentation, as this has been the IORA Cup Series in New Hampshire. Thank you all, and we hope you have a great night, and tune in to the Road to Pro Series or the Highline Racing League, whichever you prefer. We've got some great shows to finish off the night live on FTN.
This